This last week sure has been interesting for those who have been observing the world of AI. While there were interesting events such as the Microsoft Build event over in Seattle, such things cannot take our attention away from some of the significant gaffes that Google has made in recent times. Amid these fumbles, one can say that Google may have to get its act right if it wants to stand out in the world of AI. To be honest, we're not sure we need to say too much to get you to understand this one. We've all seen the memes and comments that came up a few months ago, how a request for the image of a Nazi or a Viking eventually gave us results which had these Vikings or Nazis in the wrong race. If you remember, the AI was so inaccurate, they eventually prevented us from generating images of people with Google's image. Well, it looks like Google still hasn't gotten their act together because they are still facing a similar issue. It all started when they started featuring AI directly into Google search. What ought to have been a landmark moment for Google turned out to be one which gave off hilariously bizarre results. Just look at some of the answers to what ought to have been simple questions. Just look at the time someone asked, "Cheese not sticking to pizza?" How is sticking glue a logical answer to that question? What about when it was asked how long ago 1919 was? Even a toddler would know that it wasn't 20 years ago. Perhaps even worst of all, Google AI recommended that it was okay to smoke 2 to 3 cigarettes per day while a woman is pregnant. Heck, it even recommended that people ought to eat 1 small rock a day. These bizarre answers and solutions may be hilarious, but it cannot be denied that they represent a huge problem for Google, especially when it comes to their aspirations in the world of AI. Not only are these answers unprecedentedly illogical, they have the potential of harming people who may be unfortunate enough not to know better. It doesn't help that Google has made sites like Reddit sources of information for AI. How can anyone think that it makes sense to make Reddit a source for information? Just look at when someone asked if cockroaches could live in a person's penis. The AI responded that people can have a number of these roaches in their penis without even noticing. Apparently, that is how they even got their name. Totally outrageous if you ask us here on the channel. Sure, the question itself is rather unusual, but surely the simple answer is no. You just know the AI referenced a troll on Reddit when it decided to give this answer. If Google is going to make any advancement with their work with AI, they have a lot of work to do. For starters, Google is going to have to review that deal that it had with Reddit. This deal allows them to use Reddit posters' online discussion sites to train their AI models. As if this isn't bad enough, they have also gotten into deals with other news outlets to supplement their database. This is done with the use of this newspaper outlet's back catalog to train these AI models. Simply put, websites like Reddit should be the last place one should base a fact-based application on. As bad as it is that this has resulted in the catastrophic results that we are pointing out in today's video, Google's malfunctioning AI is also having an adverse effect elsewhere. You see, as Google has gotten into these deals with these selected websites that also enjoy the benefits of ad revenue, the smaller, more independent websites have noticed that this is affecting the traffic to their websites. Imagine, not only are a select group of websites and companies enjoying the benefit of their problematic product, they are also causing damage to the websites that may have the correct answers and solutions to the issues the user might be facing. It does help that Google is sort of taking this matter seriously. They have gone to great lengths to remove these strange answers that people got from the AI tools. That said, it doesn't help that this may have happened because Google had cut down its cost of producing these AI tools by 80%. How they didn't see that this would bring the accuracy of their AI system down, we do not know. If they think that they are on the edge of competing with other AI systems out there, they may have to think again. Let's hope they do so because right now it doesn't feel as if they may be getting a full grasp of the situation. Sometimes, it's like they are being indignant about the matter, especially as they still maintain that their overview product still largely outputs high-quality information to users. As such, they truly believe that those answers that were given off in the last few months were results of uncommon queries. How is asking if a woman could smoke during pregnancy an uncommon query? They even claimed that there were some responses that they couldn't reproduce some of the answers that people complained about. Whatever the issue may be, again, we assert the issue is more than they are making it out to be. Some responses to simple inquiries just don't cut it. How can your AI tell people that there are no countries in Africa that start with K? The response to this is truly surprising, is that these people propose that responses from AI should be taken as wrong until they are proven right. Well, what is the point of that? Won't it be better if people could actually rely on these answers? That would make Google's AI a more reliable source of answers, rather than having to go through the trouble of having to fact-check them all the time. It's almost puzzling that this is the response, to be honest, especially when you consider the fact that they are blocking people from having access to other blogs and websites that may have more accurate answers and solutions to these problems. When you think about it, this faulty AI system looks even worse when you consider the fact that it is slowly killing these smaller websites. If they eventually kill them off, where are they going to get the information to build a database for their AI? If this then results in the delivery of wrong answers at the end of the day, it just makes the whole thing pointless. If it isn't a reliable source of information, then we may as well just all go home. Again, we assert that there is a lot of work to be done if Google is going to fix this huge problem. Time is currently of the essence, especially as other websites are suffering from this diversion of traffic. It would have been fair enough if Google's AI was reliable, then maybe these other websites won't have any real substance to their complaints. However, when they are diverting traffic and attention away from websites that have the answers and solutions that may help the user while making things worse on your own end, that is a whole other thing. If anything, it just looks like Google is doing its best to make as much money as possible from its ad revenue without clearly thinking about who suffers for it. That said, they may not be the only ones that may be experiencing some problems with their products. Over at OpenAI, there are accusations that OpenAI stole Scarlett Johansson's voice for their GPT 4.0 system, or how high-ranking officials in the company may have left amid concerns that OpenAI isn't focused on safety and security. They are more focused on making sure that they are shipping new and shiny products to the consumer. Then there are the guys at Microsoft who have had to deal with some controversy thanks to Microsoft Recall. Microsoft Recall allows the user to visit all the websites you've ever visited on your Windows computer. Insane, right? I'm sure the hair at the back of your neck is standing as you wonder about how much of an abuse this is to one's privacy. Although, there are features to turn it off, and there are claims that the information stays local rather than ending up in some Microsoft database. One can see how some may want Microsoft to scrap this altogether. As such, a lot of these companies have a lot of work to do if they are going to satisfy the customer. That said, if Google can focus and clear their own issues, they may be able to put up proper competition to these other AI systems, so you never miss out on our latest content. Thanks for watching.